All right, it's recording. Hey y'all, thank y'all so much for jumping on tonight. I mean, y'all know I went to the beach retreat last weekend, and I got to meet like the most amazing women while I was there, and my brain was just like exploding after I left because they just had such great information to share. I don't know if y'all have watched any of Ashley Kinsel's videos, but she is an Emerald on our team. She went Emerald in something crazy like 7 or 8 months. But she is absolutely amazing, loves the Lord, has 4 kids, she's just awesome. She has an amazing story if you haven't heard it yet. But her team is like on fire. So she gave me such great information. But before I do that, there are a few things like housekeeping things that I wanted to kind of go over. So y'all know this, there's a $9.99 special going on right now for memberships. This is huge. So summer is kind of the rank up season. So people's businesses really take off and people start really ranking up. And typically it starts with May because people are getting ready for summer. If y'all aren't muted, can you mute yourself? It's in the bottom left-hand corner. That way I don't need like feedback. But people typically rank up during the summer because people are wanting to get swimsuit ready. Teachers are off during the summer, so they have a little bit more time. It's just a really good time for people to start using Plexus. So $9.99, if you have anybody who has ever shown any interest in Plexus whatsoever, you need to message them now. What I love about specials is it gives you an excuse to reach back out to people. Even if they said no to you, like said, no, I'm not interested, you reach back out to them and say, hey, I don't know if you saw it, but Plexus is offering $25 off wholesale memberships right now. It's a great time to join. And I typically say $25 off because that sounds like a better deal than $9.99, even though it's the same exact thing. For some reason, it just seems like a better deal. So they have to use a code when they do that. It's sign me up. If y'all have any questions about messages to send or how to use that, let me know. You can also use it to upgrade. So if you have someone who has been a preferred customer and has consistently ordered, I would say for at least 2 or 3 months, reach out to them and say, hey, I know that you've been ordering, you've been loving your products. If you want, this is a great time to upgrade. It's $10 and you can get your products at an even cheaper price. So take advantage of that. It ends on the 25th. So I would love for us to have tons of signups this month to hopefully set up a lot of you guys for ranking up in July. Also, I was thinking, and I want y'all's feedback on this so you can unmute and tell me what you think. I was thinking about doing an opportunity meeting in June. I would love to do like a team dinner, but then also have just a short time at the end where me and Lindsay Bryant would kind of share our stories, talk about the business. So it'd strictly be about the business. But it would be a good chance for people that you know that are interested in the business to come and ask questions, to meet the rest of us, to see that we're just normal people. We're not like crazy salespeople. But I was thinking about doing that as soon, probably like the first week of June. I have a lot of teacher friends who have been interested in the business but have not committed yet because school is so crazy this time of year. I mean, it's always crazy. But I'm hoping to get them on board in June so that I can really train them in June and July before they go back to school in August. So do y'all think you have anybody who would be interested in this? Teresa, I think you said you had somebody.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely. At least 2 that I could think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Laura, do you have anybody?
I do. Alyssa has just recently made her first post, and I think it would be good for her to see faces.
Yeah.
Me and Danielle work with her.
Okay. Yeah, her post is really good. Okay. Well, I think it's always good to get face. I mean, like Zoom calls are great, but I love getting face-to-face with people because it just creates a different connection. And I know y'all obviously like separately, but you guys haven't met one another face-to-face. So I will start planning that. You guys kind of be looking for some information on that. I'll throw out a few dates and see what works the best. We'll probably have dinner somewhere like in the Homewood Summit area so that it's easy for Gardendale people and Chelsea people and everybody to kind of meet in the middle. So y'all be looking for that. And then the last housekeeping thing is a leaders retreat contest starts in June. And this is something that I want everybody to go to. If you are available at the end of October, I want you there. Me and Andrew went last year. This is different than convention because it's a much, much smaller group of people. You actually have to earn leaders retreat. So if you notice in your back office in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a place that says convention contest. And it tells you how many points you've earned over the last several months. And you earn points by adding new ambassadors, new customers, your PV, ranking up, all of these things. Well, Leaders Retreat is the same exact way. But when you earn a certain amount of points, last year it was 750. When you earn those points, then Plexus pays for you and one other person to go on this trip. So they pay for your hotel room. They buy your ticket to this event. You have to get yourself there. But last year it was Orlando, so Andrew and I just drove. But it's 3 days, and they had last year John Maxwell was the trainer, and so we had training sessions with him on like how to develop ourselves and lead our teams. And then they have like breakout sessions with different ranks, and so you'll get to meet with women who are like higher ranked than I was. Last year I was a silver omelet. And then they just teach you like the basics of the business and how they've grown their business. But it's so, so good. And it was so awesome. Andrew went, and so he got to hear from Alec and Tarl, who were the CEO and the president of the company. And he was able to really catch the vision. So he knew that I loved doing this, and he knew kind of what I had told him. But for him to be able to hear the vision for the company from the CEO and the president was just huge for him. And it really built my belief in the company because it is so much smaller. You're able to spend a lot of time with people that are outside of your network. And so I walked away from that with a lot of new relationships, with people that I could like reach out to and talk to. And it's just so much fun. Like they throw a huge Halloween party that was like, I mean, seriously, nothing I've ever seen. It was like a Disney theme. I mean, it was like Disney World did it. It was so fantastic. And then they have your first night, they have a big welcome dinner, and they had like people on stilts and acrobats and amazing food and like a mariachi band, and it's just crazy. So that starts in June, and it'll be the same exact way. So once they will announce the dates for it and the location and then the contest rules at convention. So as soon as that is released, I would love to make a plan with each of you and figure out how can we get you there. Because I definitely do not want you guys to miss out on it. So that's housekeeping. The next thing I'm going to talk about is what I took away from last weekend. And so we talked a lot about reaching out and talking with potentials, and then we talked a lot about current customers and how to get them excited about the business and how to get them to become business builders. So it's a little hodgepodge. So if you have questions, just unmute yourself and hop in and ask. But I'm taking like 3 days of information and like compiling or breaking it down into this. There is a whole training session on Instagram that was incredible, but I'm still trying to process it and figure it all out. So we'll get to that at another time. So Ashley Kinsel, she's the girl I was telling you about who ranked up like in 7 or 8 months to Emerald. She signed like 41 level 1s in 1 month. She is just incredible. So she talked a lot about sharing on Facebook. And if you follow her on Facebook or Instagram, you'll notice that she does not post about Plexus a whole lot. She's very sneaky, which I love. She's very sneaky about the way she words things. And she does a great job creating mystery. And so she'll say something, and then people instantly ask, like, oh, what are you taking? Or why do you see such a big difference in the way you're feeling? Or why do you have so much energy? Something like that. She just engages people so well. So these are kind of her tips and tricks. And if you don't follow her, I think you need to for sure look her up. So Facebook redid their algorithms like 6 months ago. And so this is kind of all the things that she's taken away from the new algorithm. She encourages her team to go back and look at their posts every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, she encourages them to go to their wall, their Facebook wall, and just flip through and look and see how much are you posting about Plexus? How much are you posting about your family? What does your page look like? Does it look like something that's inviting? Does it look like you're genuinely sharing these products in a way that like they fit naturally into your life, or are you just throwing up Plexus? She said people are not attracted to that. I mean, just think about it. If you're, following someone and all you see is Rodana fields and like every other picture is like a before and after, are you going to follow them? Probably not. That's not why you're following them. You're following them because you genuinely care about them and your other friends. And so she encourages her people to go back and look. And she said also when you go back and look at your Plexus post, look to see what types of posts you're posting. I went back and looked at mine, and I noticed that this last month or two, I've been posting way too much about the business. I've kind of gone away from product information, and I've been focusing on like how the business has blessed me or blessed our family or blessed Abby or whoever it is, which I think is great. And I think that those posts need to be there. But I had kind of drifted away from sharing about the products. In the beginning, when I first started sharing, I was very product heavy. Everything I was learning, I was sharing. And then I kind of drifted into the business mindset. And it kind of makes sense because right now I'm like growing my team. I'm looking for people who are interested in the business, but I also need those people who want to be a part of the products, who genuinely need these products because there's so many people who really need these products. So it's something that I was completely unaware of and would not have known had I not gone back and looked at my posts for the last 2 weeks. So she said, your posts need to be a mixture of entertainment for people, education, you need to talk about the business a little bit, testimonies, telling true stories, personal testimony, like how has it changed your life? How has it affected you? You just need a real mixture of things. And I don't know if you guys, I can share this later, but there is a personality quiz where you can take it and it'll tell you what color personality you are. There's red, yellow, green, and blue. I'm yellow and red. So y'all can go back and take the quiz later. But each color person is attracted to a different type of post or different type of information. A green person is very like fact driven. They love the facts. They love to research. That is not me at all. I do not enjoy research. If you tell me something, then I'm going to trust you. A blue personality is really fun. They would be attracted to like my beach pictures from last weekend. They would say, ooh, that looks so much fun. I want to go have a girls' weekend. Sign me up. A yellow personality is someone who like cares deeply just for people and like how they're affected, and they just feel for people very well. And then a red personality is someone who is very like goal oriented, very task driven. Lots of firstborns are red, so that's me. And so it's really interesting though when you go back and see those different personalities, you kind of know how to post for that type of person. I know that if there's a post that breaks down the ingredients in the new Joyum, that's going to attract a green person. If I'm talking about how it's, changed someone's skin and they have so much more confidence now, that's going to be a yellow person. If I was talking about the business opportunity with the new Joyum, that would be like a red person. Or if I was posting about how, Joyum is helping my skin after a beach trip, that would be a blue personality. So I just want to encourage you to kind of think about your post, who you're posting to, and how you can reach all those different types of personalities. Typically, you post towards the personality that you are. So like most of my posts are going to be geared towards yellow or red people. I have to really work hard to get a green post out there because it is so far beyond my brain. But it's something that I need to work on. Are you adding value to the people that are reading this? You never want someone to scroll into your post and roll their eyes because it's another Plexus post. Like, how are you adding value? You're adding value by telling them how these products can help them. You're adding value by sharing, an article that's about gut health or an article that's about our skin microbiome. All those things are worthwhile reads, something that people will learn from as they're reading it. And then think about and we talked about this, but who are you targeting? Like, I just challenge you just to be intentional and specific about your posts. So if you have a handful of people that all struggle with the same thing, post about that. Let them see that this is what our products can do for you. not always, but a lot of times I'll have a specific person in mind when I'm posting something and think, oh, I hope this person sees it. Before I put that up, I will always go and engage with them beforehand, whether it's a message or engaging on their wall and one of their posts. I'm always engaging with them first in hopes that my post will pop up in their newsfeed. But it's so, so, so important that we're just aware of what our Facebook wall looks like. And I know that sounds crazy, but you want to get maximum engagement on your posts and you want people to be able to see what you're saying. And so just mix it up. This to me is really hard to do, but go through and save your post. Ashley was saying that when she sees a post that she likes, she saves it. So not only does she save it, but under your saved section on Facebook, on the left-hand side, you can actually make file folders. And so she has like red, yellow, green, blue. And so she has them saved according to what type of post it is. So when she needs a new post, she can go over there, click it, open it up, and then she can just change it to make it fit who she is. But that way she already has a post in mind. So think about which posts are hard for you to write. So for me, I save green all the time. Robin Jones is very, very green. And so she does a fantastic job with her post. And so I have a lot of her posts saved. So my goal this week is to organize those posts so that it's easy for me to go through and pull them. But I hope that makes sense. Also, if you have something that you are sharing, like if you see a funny video or a funny meme or something like that, never hit share. Instead, save it and then post it as yourself. Because I did not know this, but when you share it and somebody clicks on it to view it or to watch it, all you're doing is sending people to their feed. So if they click on it, it's not engaging with you at all. It's going back to the person who originally posted it. So that's for videos, for recipes, for memes, for anything that you hit share on. Do not hit share. Hit save and then post it again as yourself. Sorry. I had no idea. So that was good for me to learn. And then y'all do a really good job with this, but always in your posts enter any questions. Something to engage your audience. So whether it's a Plexus post or not, try to always turn it back to your audience, something that they can relate to. Whether or not it's, you say, I've got really narrow feet, I can't find any flip-flops this summer, do y'all have any recommendations? That's a way for people to engage with you. Or, one time Lucy drew on all over my hardwoods with Sharpie. I took a picture about it, said, oh my goodness, my child just drew over my floor with Sharpie. Has anyone ever had this happen to them before? I got so many responses and messages to that post. So if you have an opportunity like that or a post like that you have in the back of your mind, always ask a question. Y'all, people love to give their opinions on things. People love to give advice. So let them give advice. Let them give you their opinions. If you're doing a Plexus post, say, I'm doing a post tomorrow on the new skincare. And I am not a skincare person. I wish that I was, but I'm not. So I'm excited about starting this. But I use whatever face wash is on sale at Walgreens. So I would love to start a new clean skincare, face wash, lotion, the whole shebang. But I don't even know where to start because I literally buy Cetaphil or Neutrogena or whatever I can find. So that's what I'm going to ask about tomorrow and hopefully get some good engagement off of that. And then I'll kind of see people that know a lot about skincare, people who value their skincare routine, people who know a lot more than me. And so that's going to kind of show me people that I can reach out to that I may not have in the beginning. So that was about posting. Do y'all have any questions about that? I know it was a lot of information. And I actually have Ashley's whole thing filmed. And so I'm going to try to figure out how to send that to y'all. But any questions about posting? Lauren, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I have a quick one.
Okay.
How many posts I don't really qualify for this, I don't guess, but watching other people post and getting ideas on posting,
Mm-hmm.
How many is ideal a day? I know at one time y'all were saying 2 to 3, maybe 4, but then it's Plexus threw up on your news feed and that's annoying. So,
Totally.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the hard part about it now, so in the old days it used to be 3 to 5, you just throw posts out there all day long. The hard part about the new algorithm is, let's say that you have a post that gets 20 comments on it, including your own. It's got all these likes. It has a lot of engagement. You want to leave that post up there for as long as it can. Like if you're still getting notifications on your phone or on Facebook that people are commenting, that means that your post is still popping up to the top of people.
Okay.
I had a post one time, like a week later, was still getting activity on it. So if you have a post like that, leave it alone, because anything else that you post is just going to get drowned. Like it's not going to pop up. It's not going to have engagement because your other one still is. But if you have a post that is not getting a whole lot of comments, then go ahead and post the next day. I say at the most do 2 posts a day, 1 Plexus and 1 personal. If you're having a hard time getting engagement and your Plexus posts are not getting much, do a few more personal posts. Try to get people engaged again in your page. So there's not really like a specific answer for that. That's probably not helpful at all. But just kind of keep an eye on how well that post is going. And if it seems like it's dead and there's nobody else commenting, go ahead and post the next one. You just don't want to compete with yourself, if that makes any sense. Any other questions on posting? Nope. Okay, so the next thing she was talking about was cold messaging. And this also goes back to the Facebook algorithm. So this is all new for me. But like when I started a year ago, and I've talked this to y'all, you message 5 people a day, you follow up with 3 people, you reach out to 1 ambassador customer. She encouraged everyone, and this is what her team's been doing the last few months, and it's had a lot of success with it. She said to pick 20 people a month. So go through your list, pick 20 people for the month of May. And those people are like your people. Those are the people you're going to reach out to. You're going to engage with them on Facebook. You're going to message them. Those are the people that you're really going to concentrate on. And so I love that because it's not quite as overwhelming. You don't have this long list of people that you've been keeping up with. But I love it too because it focuses on quality rather than quantity. So you're really engaging with these people. And I love it because you're not just engaging with them about Plexus. Like you genuinely care about these people and want to know what's going on in their life. And you also have something great to share with them. And she was just talking about how when you do it that way, Plexus just naturally comes up in conversation. Like it's a very organic way of getting new customers. And so what she does is there is a way, and if you don't know how to do this, let me know and I can send you instructions. But on Facebook, there's a way that you can make a list, and you can call your list February. Why did I say February? You can call your list May. It's like May reach outs. And you have all 20 people on that list. So when you get onto Facebook, you can click on May reach outs, and all of their recent posts will show up in your newsfeed. That's it, just from those 20 people. So you can go through and literally one after the other comments on their post. You can like their post. You can, it's just a way for you to keep up with them. Because if you don't do that, you're going to have to manually search all 20 people whenever you're wanting to do any kind of reach out or connection. So she said she does that every single day. And she's like, I don't comment on every single post, but it also helps her just stay, in the know of what's going on in their life. She said a lot of times it's a really natural reach out. Someone might say, gosh, I've had a horrible migraine for 3 days, or I'm on my 5th cup of coffee, or, just lost my job, or something that's been going on in their life. And it's a really easy, natural way for you to reach out to them instead of messaging them and saying, hey, have you heard of Plexus before? And so she has had a lot of success with that. She said that a lot of times those people will bring it up themselves, because what happens is when you're commenting on their post and when you're messaging them, your posts are showing up in their newsfeed as well. So it works both ways. I think that it's so smart. I think that it's a great way to work smarter and not harder. So I'm going to try that for the month of May. I've already started it, so I will let you guys know how it goes. I kind of kept my list. I will tell you this. I went through May birthdays and wrote down people that I thought would be interested in the products or the business. So those were the top of my list. And then the rest of the people were people that I had reached out to before. So I made my list of 20. I'm really going to work on engaging with them a lot this month. I will be sending them messages, but it's just going to be a very different way than it has been before. So I'm really excited about trying that. I think it makes sense to me. So I'm anxious to see kind of what that really looks like in real life. But I encourage y'all to try that if you're wanting to try something different with your messaging. And it's much more doable to me than 5 a day. I've been doing 5 a day for a really long time, and I kind of have a system down with it. But I've always struggled with like the genuineness of those messages when I'm just going, 5 people a day. Sometimes my messages get really repetitive. And so I'm excited about really like diving in and investing in these people. Laura Lee, yes, I will send you directions on how to make the list. It's really easy. I had no idea it was there, but it is. So I will do that. So y'all think of 20 people. You want to go ahead and start now. Try to think of some dream team people, some people that you really would love to work the business with you. I would encourage you to choose several of those people. Kind of keep it varied. You want some business builders, you want some dream teamers, people who just kill the business, and the people who like are having certain health struggles that need the products. So make sure your list is varied. It's not just product people or just business people. Okay, so that was all on potentials. There was so much more, but this is just like the highlights. Okay, any other questions on that? Reaching out to people, posting, call messaging, any of that? Nope. Okay, so the next thing is what, this is Ashley Kinsel. I'll type in her name. Ashley Kinsel. You've seen her before. Yes, I know that you have. She wears like really heavy black eye, what is it called, eyebrow makeup. But her husband's a worship pastor. They just have an incredible story. Like, I really encourage you guys to go follow her. She loves Jesus and she's just awesome. Okay. So that was potentials. This is people who are current customers, or current wholesale customers. So her team does something called ATM. And a lot of you guys do this. Teresa, you are really good at this. But it's you add, you tag, you message. Our team has a page called Wellness Warriors. All of you guys should be on that. If you're not, please let me know. And so what you do is as soon as you get a new customer, this is either a preferred customer or a wholesale customer, you need to add them. If they're a wholesale customer, you add them to the team pages. But everybody needs to be added to the Wellness Warriors pages. Basically, Wellness Warriors, if you have not been on it yet, is a page full of testimonies, product information, a little business information, but not very much. But what they do is when they reach out to people, they ask them, even if people are potentials, ask them if they can be added to this page. And so once they're added to this page, you kind of talk to this potential or this new customer about what their health goals are. And you kind of keep a running list of it, like what their health goals are, what their issues are. And then whenever you see something on Wellness Warriors, you tag them in it. And so it'll automatically send them a notification that, hey, Laura Lee tagged you in this post. They'll go and look at it, and it'll be a great testimony on migraines, or it'll be a great product post on like how BioCleanse and the magnesium in BioCleanse helps you with migraines. And then you message them to follow up with them. But I love it because it's a very natural way to communicate with people instead of having to send them, like I used to send people testimonies in the messenger, Facebook Messenger, and it'd be long. Those testimonies can go on forever. But this is a good way to get them involved on this page, getting them to look at this page, and then to see things that directly relate to them. And then, like the beauty of it, and this is what someone was talking about last weekend, the beauty of getting them on that page and involved in that page is as they're scrolling through, they're naturally going to think of somebody else that has this problem. Like they may suffer from migraines, but I guarantee you they know somebody who's diabetic. And so they may see my testimony, or they may see something about block, or they may see something, financial testimony, someone who really needs the money and they know somebody who needs that at that moment. But it's a good way for them just to see all the different ways that Plexus can help them and their friends and family. But when you add, you tag, and you message them, you're also letting them know that you're thinking about them. I think it's great customer care. It's a great way to expose them to different products. In the beginning, once they sign up, if you say, hey, I think that you really need the Triplex and Mega X and X Factor Plus, but they decide just to go with Triplex, you can tag them on post about the X Factor Plus and the Mega X and say, hey, Teresa, this is the vitamin we were talking about. Would love for you to read about this, and then message them about it. I think the Wellness Warriors page is something that we have underutilized a whole lot. And so I'm excited about us diving into that and all the different ways we can use it. It has tons and tons of great information on it. And if you don't know, so you can search on the page for specific topics. And they'll pop up, and then you can tag and message people. But I love that. I think it's super simple, super practical, an easy way to get more product information out to people. Okay. This next thing is like, I love it. This is one of my favorite things, and I'm so excited about sharing this. I am making a graphic for this. So if you're taking notes, like, don't worry about writing this down. I will send it to you. But we all have them. So you have a wholesale customer who is not working the business. They're not doing anything, but they have this ability. They sign up as a wholesale customer. They have this ability to sell the products to help take away, to help lower their costs, if nothing else. So once again, this girl on Ashley's team, came up with a graphic, and she broke down how many customers you would need to lower the price of your products. And so I think everybody's seen, there's a graphic that says like, you buy your triplex plus one friend buys it from you, you'll save, I think it says, I don't know, but it talks about how many people you need to break even, how many people you need to make money with people buying the triplex from you. So what she did is she actually broke it down and gives people very specific numbers. She said it has worked beautifully. So let's say you have a person who just signed up as a wholesale customer and they're just on the triplex. So they spend $115 roughly on the triplex. Well, so you would say to them, hey, Jamie, I know you've been taking the triplex. Just want to let you know a way that you get your products for cheaper. Did you know that if you found one friend to buy from you as a preferred customer, if you have one friend buy the triplex from you, it will lower your cost down to $77 a month. So she's going from $115 to $77, getting one person to buy as a preferred customer from her. So they get $17. That's 15% commission. And then because they're buying as a preferred customer, they get the $20 customer bonus on the triplex. So that's $77. So to me, it's a big difference. $115 and $77 is a huge difference. If they found two friends, it would lower their price down to $40. So $40 for the triplex by getting two people to sign up as preferred customers. And so what they've seen is that people, once they see those numbers and say, gosh, I would love to buy a triplex for $40. I can find two friends. Like everybody can find two friends to buy. And so they give them very specific information. So they have a card that, like, once they talk to them about it, they send them this graphic and they break down the pricing. Because when you look at the original graphic that just says like you need 3 friends to sign up to get your products covered, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I don't feel like people understand what potential they have to get these products covered and how simple it really is. When you break it down and tell them exactly what they need, exactly how much money they're going to get taken off of their products, I think that really catches their attention. And it makes it much more doable. So on the front, they have preferred customers, and then they let them flip it over and they say, okay, if you sign wholesale customers, this is what happens. If you spend $115 on the triplex, you'll automatically get $25 for signing up a new ambassador. So that takes it down to, I wrote it down, I don't know where it is. But if you sign 2 people up, it's $50 and it's $88. If you sign 3 people up, it takes down to $63. Obviously, it's not as much as a preferred customer, but that first month, they're also going to get a $100 bonus that next month. And then the next month, they can work on preferred customers. So in my mind, how this works is if you have somebody who has zero interest in the business, like they do not want to build a business, they have no interest in it whatsoever, I would just send them the preferred customers. Find one friend, you get your products for $77. Find 2, you get it for $40. If you have somebody who you think would be awesome at the business or they're kind of a little bit interested in it, then I would share both options with them and let them choose what they're comfortable with. I know that if you have a level 1 who signs up preferred customers, it's not as advantageous for you and your business at the moment, but you never know who's going to fall in love with these products, who's going to need this business opportunity. And by getting that person as a preferred customer, that person can later on become a wholesale customer. But it's just about getting them in the door, exposing them to the products, helping them fall in love with these products, and then you can have that conversation later on. But they said the more specific you can be with these people about how much money they can save, the more likely they are to go out there and find somebody to do it with them. And especially right now with this bonus that's going on, like everybody should be reaching out. It's a great time to reach out. I mean, I don't care if somebody's told you they're never going to work the business. You need to have this conversation with them and say, hey, this is a great way to get your products covered or get your products at an even deeper discount. Let me talk to you about how to do that. I am working on that graphic, and as soon as I get it done, I will share it on our team thread. But I think, to me, that was super simple. To me, I'm not a math person, and that made so much more sense to me. I think if I saw that my price could go from $115 to $40 by adding 2 people, I would be all over it. Who doesn't want to save money? So, does that make sense? Do you all understand that? At all? Yeah. Okay. Any questions about that? No? Okay. And then the last thing is, we talked about this a little bit already, but rank ups. So if you are planning, or if you're wanting to rank up anytime to silver, gold, senior gold in the next month or 2, I want you to message me tonight or tomorrow, whenever you have time, and we are going to come up with a goal and a plan to get you to that goal. If you have not gone silver this month, my goal is for everybody who's working the business to get a silver this month. If you've already gone silver, my goal is for you to go silver again. Sign 3 more people. With the $9.99 special, this is very, very doable. If you are having a hard time signing people, then let's talk about what your messages are. Let me help you figure out a better way to say something or a better way to close the deal. And y'all, sometimes you got to give yourself grace. It doesn't matter what you said, people, they're not going to be ready until they're ready. But if there's something we can do to change it up a little bit, let me know, and I would love to help you with that. I know we have so many people who are so close to silver. So I think that's definitely something that we can do this month. I would love for everyone to be able to go silver. It's the beginning of the month still. We've got a few more weeks. We can totally do it. But I want to not meet in person, but have like a message conversation with everybody about their rank ups. I was talking to Brooke Smith on our thing last week, and she taught math before she did Plexus. And so she kind of taught me how she sets up for rank ups, how she sets her team up for rank ups. And so she has this crazy math formula that she taught me. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. But I want to do it with each one of you. It shows you exactly how many points you need to add each month to get to your next goal. And so for me, honestly, to get to the point where I am, I've just said, hey, I'm going to hit senior gold in May. Like, that's my goal. And most of the time I've been able to make that happen, but I wasn't specific about what I needed to get to that point. Everything just kind of fell into place. Now, to get to gold, I said I was going to hit gold like 5 months in a row, and it didn't happen. But it's because I didn't have specific goals set up. So that's kind of my goal for our whole team, is to learn how to set goals for ourselves and make them very specific. So I know that this month I need to add on my team, 30 ambassadors in order to reach my next rank up goal. And so if I don't make it this month, it's okay. But now I know how much I need to push for next month. So it's super simple, but it's a great way for us just to be really intentional about who we're adding, how we're adding, what our team is doing. It's just a great way to get an overall look at your team and your points so that you can meet those goals in whatever time frame that you want to. So if you're on this, message me tonight or tomorrow. Let me know what your next goal, like your next rank up is, and by what date you want that to happen. So that's kind of my plan. So this week I'll get y'all the graphic for wholesale customers. Message me and let me know what your next rank up goal is and when you want to hit that. And then I'm still going to try to send y'all this video, Ashley. It's like 12 minutes long. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to send that. So if you're tech savvy and you know how I can send that, it will not let me email, text, or private message it. I already tried all three. So maybe I'm going to Dropbox or something like that. But that's it. I mean, I have a lot more. I'm going to do that all later. But do y'all have any questions or comments or anything you need help with right now? Anything?
I had a quick question. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Wellness Warriors page that you were talking about, if
Yeah.
we have someone that we've been talking to for several months that's really interested, can we add them to that page just to kind of get them more educated on the product?
Yes, you definitely can. Yes.
Okay.
The Wellness Warriors is really for potentials and then custom. I mean, really, honestly, it's for anybody. There's another girl who actually lives in Australia, but her team has a page like that, and she adds everybody to that page. She's like, if I have a conversation with you, whether it's about Plexus or not, I add you to this page. And so
Gotcha.
she just puts everybody on it. And she said nobody has ever gotten upset with her about it. You know, if they don't want to be on it, they can remove themselves. But she puts it on them, and then as they have conversations and as she learns kind of what their needs are, she'll tag them in pages. And post on the page. But people pay a lot more attention than I think we think they do. You know, I mean, people are curious, they're interested. I can't tell you how many people will come to me and they're like, hey, I've been like watching your Plexus stuff. I'm like, okay, you ready to be a customer? But they're watching whether or not I know they are, you know. So yes, I would definitely add them to that page. And you never know what is going to like kind of like push them over the line. Like there's some post out there that's going to make them join. You just don't know what it is. So it's up to you to kind of put as much in front of them as you can. Anybody else have a question or comment? No? Okay. Well, thank y'all for hopping on. I know it's late. I hope y'all had a fantastic Mother's Day. And y'all got some rest. But, yes, I will get a lot to y'all this week. If I can help you in the meantime, please let me know. All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.